Welcome to the Parenting versus Podcast. Podcast.
I think that's my line every time.
You say podcast after I say podcast?
I always say podcast because it's like I have to clarify in case you didn't know already that you're listening to a podcast.
Yeah. So we made a vow not to talk about Albuquerque since that's all we've been talking about for the last couple weeks. Yeah. Not just on the podcast, but in life. Because, let's just be real for a second. We have a lot going on.
Yeah. So, you know what I was thinking about, and you're going to laugh at me maybe? Costco?
Mm-hmm. That's not a laughing matter.
It is not. It's very serious.
Serious.
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
They have the best deal on toilet paper.
Now you know.
And meat.
So it was funny because we went to Costco yesterday, and it always goes down like this. We pull into the Costco parking lot, our kids realize where we are, and then the begging starts with like can I get ice cream? Mm-hmm. If I'm really good inside Costco, can I get ice cream? And so I was like waiting for it. And then sure enough, our 5-year-old, like the minute we pulled into the parking lot, his radar was up, and he was like, oh, it's ice cream
He
time.
knows ice cream. Yep.
Yeah. And they like
For
samples
sure.
too. Like, it's so funny because he knows their samples.
Mm-hmm.
And his goal is to like get as many samples from as many different places as he can in the trip, even if we're there for like 2 things.
Very true. Now our 1-year-old is picking up on it too. See, she really, she wants some of that. She's like reaching out for whatever sample it is, a chicken pot sticker or, the chicken sausage, whatever they have or whatever.
Can I just say, damn you, Costco? Like, they had these like brownie. Seriously. So we decided we were going to try to eat healthier. I'm doing air quotes right now. The minute we decided that, we went to Costco, right? And they were sampling these like brownie cookie hybrid things with M&Ms on top. And I was doomed from the start because I was like, I grabbed one instinctively because that's what I do.
I saw you sneak a bite.
Oh, I ate a whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm not even ashamed.
I don't blame you.
And so I had it, and then Riley like handed me his, and I was like, what are the odds? Like that my 2-year-old, the day I decide I'm going to try to be healthier, hands me his like brownie cookie hybrid.
He didn't want it.
And is like, here you go. No, but usually he would like eat that thing, no problem.
He was holding out for the ice cream, that's why.
I guess. So I was doomed.
Yep.
Doomed by Costco.
And Costco's also sponsoring our summer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're not. We're sponsoring them, I guess.
They're unofficial sponsors.
We are. They're sponsoring our sanity, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say we bought like a giant bottle of brown rum, or what is it called? Spiced rum.
Yeah.
It's brown color, but
it's spiced rum.
Everything's brown when you're brown, I guess.
We did the. Take it easy. We did the price comparison, and literally like such a grown-up's dilemma. We're looking at beer, and we're like, well, we could get the really crappy Kirkland beer,
which I bought one time. It's like a 64 pack for like $22.
I still can't get on board with that.
No.
And I'm like, okay, we could do that. We could do our local like beer that's at Costco right now.
What, they have the Mustachio Milk Stout from Tractor?
From Tractor Brewing, which is a good choice. But I like a good mixed drink. I like a nightcap. I would choose a mixed drink over beer most of the time.
You're like, I like hard liquor.
I like the hard stuff. No, I just like to sip on. I for whatever reason, I just prefer like rum.
Yeah.
And so we did our like a little price analysis, and we were sitting there, and we like opted on the giant thing of rum because it was the most economic.
Yeah, and like the Kirkland brand. They print these really nice things on them, like aged in authentic Jamaican whatever.
Casks.
I don't know anything about how rum is made, but when I read the description, I was like, as a layman, I was like, oh, that sounds pretty good. Like trying to justify like buying the cheap one.
The Kirkland rum. Well, and then I heard him say out loud, he's like, oh, it won an award in 2015.
Yeah, it did. It says on there it won an award.
And that sealed the deal for you. I knew it.
Oh, for sure.
I knew it.
I'm like all about bang for your buck.
Well, and if it won awards, then how can you go
I'm like
wrong?
a 90-year-old like cheapskate trapped in a 30, how old am I? 35?
You're 34.
34-year-old body.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. No, but I was like looking around at Costco and like, have you ever noticed the type of people that go into Costco? Like there's the people that are like the serial Costco shoppers that are like just there with their 80 kids and they're like buying up in bulk because they have to. There's the all business Costco shoppers where they're on the phone with their boss and they're like, okay.
They're buying like 25 cases of water or something.
Yeah. Well, how many do you need? Well, they only have blah, 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 blah. And then they get very serious and it's all business and you can tell it's like stressing them the hell out.
Yeah.
And then you have the people that are like, they're almost like uppity Costco shoppers. Like they examine every deal and every little thing and they have to talk about it and they have to go over it with their significant other in great detail. They have to sit on the chairs and the couches to make sure that they are adequate,
good quality,
and sufficient. They have to, examine the grills. They have to do all these, like, it's like very meticulous.
Yeah.
And it's like literally like you'd think they were adopting a baby or something because it's so serious.
Right. Did you ever watch that Family Guy episode where what's up? You hear something?
What's that noise?
Oh, it's Penny trying to get out of our gate.
It sounded really creepy. I got creeped out.
It was probably La Llorona.
Great.
Google it. There was a Family Guy episode where Peter was at Costco, or he was like at a Costco type store where they have all the samples.
Right. And
he was in line for the sample, and then like put on a disguise and got in line again for another sample and another disguise.
They are samples. They're free.
Yeah. And then the lady was like, "Sir, you don't have to put on a disguise every time to get a sample. The samples are free. You can have as many as you want." And
so you're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but it turned out that it was actually a bunch of people that looked exactly like Peter Griffin, but they all had...
I feel like I did see that, and that's funny because I don't ever watch Family Guy, but I happened to
The early seasons were awesome. They lost me at like season 4, but anyway.
Yeah, no, that's funny. You know, I was actually reading on the internet one time, on the interweb.
Were you online?
I was online.
Were you surfing the net?
I was surfing the net. And it was like... I don't know if it was like a BuzzFeed article or something, but it was like confessions of like people that work at Costco or like Costco samplers, and it was hilarious because they were like, have you seen an entire family come and pocket an entire pizza in samples? And I'm like, what, people do that?
It was probably my family.
People do that.
That was us last week.
Right. But they were seriously talking about like all the shameless things people do for Costco samples and like what they do. I was laughing pretty hardcore.
Nice.
But yeah, so I don't know. Costco gets me giggling.
There's something happens when you have a sample. Like for me, I act like I'm caught off guard. Like, oh, sample. Oh, I didn't see you there. Oh, don't mind if I do.
That's exactly how I feel. Don't mind if I do. I'll just take another one from my husband over there.
I guess I'll try it.
Well, it's funny because I know that on Saturdays they have the coffee kiosk samples every time. It's always the same coffee. It's not like I haven't tried it a million times. I'm not gonna buy it. It's not that good, but it's free.
Yeah.
And then I like how, like, World Market takes it, like, one step further, and they're just like, here's our coffee kiosk. Just take yourself a little cup of coffee while you shop.
Oh, it's in the back? Like, there's nobody there. It's just free coffee.
Because they know that you're just going to take it anyway.
Yeah, it's
so
just
they're
free
just like,
coffee.
just take it.
Yeah.
Like, no need to make everybody uncomfortable here. You know what I mean? Just help yourself. So that's pretty cool.
You guys hear the sirens?
Welcome to Bel Air. Yeah.
Well, we live, like, pretty close to, like, major interstate highways, so...
Yeah, we live in a neighborhood called Bel Air. Don't mistake it for the Fresh Prince, because it's not that neighborhood.
Now people know where we live. They're going to track us down.
God help you. You want to come stay the night in the ghetto, come on over. So one time, I was thinking about that. We went to go order a birthday cake at Costco, and I don't think I've ever seen you get, like, that irate at a store in my life.
Oh, and those two people were just, like... Yeah. It was like a life and death decision for them.
They were adopting a baby. They were seriously
they were adopting their baby, their cake baby.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They stood at the thing for like 30 minutes, and I'm like, I just want to order my daughter's birthday cake. Can you guys hurry the hell up? There's like 3 options. Do you want the pirate ship, or do you want the princess, or which one do you want?
We can narrow this down by gender if you want, and that will help speed this process along.
Yeah.
We literally took like a couple laps around Costco, and we're like, they can't be there still. I mean, they have to have like made a choice already. We get there, and guess what? They're still there. Still deciding over a cake. You would think that like they were giving like their organs away They were, it was so weird. And they were very serious. Like, their faces were, like, perplexed. Like, they looked like they had put some serious mental effort into deciding what cake to get.
Like, it's not that big of a deal. And I think they knew that we were kind of circling. I felt like that they did.
Some people just, whatever little power they have in their day, they tend to abuse it sometimes.
Yeah.
And then we were talking to the lady in the bakery, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, and she's like, I'll make you one of the ones that's not in the book. Just like write it down in there. And I was like, I think I just want. What did we get for Juliet? We got the. I think I just want the owl. She's like, I don't like the owl. The owl is awful. And I was like, I think I just want the owl.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I want the owl.
It was like some mafia bargaining going on.
Yeah, she kind of got offended a little bit. Like,
she was trying to like lure us into the back bakery alley and convince us to make a deal. And we were like, no,
you know what? I'll do this other one that's like not in the books anymore.
It's a princess one. We were like, we don't want a princess one.
No,
like, we're not those kind of people.
Our daughter's not a princess. She's more of an owl.
More of an owl kind of girl at one.
Anyway.
So it's kind of funny because the things that happen at Costco. I don't know why Costco's been on my mind, but it just cracks me up because I don't know. There's just like a certain type of person that you see at Costco, and for whatever reason, to me, it's always like really humorous.
And then there's the people like us that buy toilet paper and giant bottles of rum. But anyway, I just got a notification about somebody following us on Twitter.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so we have a Twitter.
Hey, you.
All of you guys.
You Twitter follower, you.
By the way, I heard that you guys is sexist. Like if you say you guys.
Oh, I don't.
And that like actually like the least.
You all.
The least sexist term is from the South. Believe it or not, it's y'all.
Oh no, no, that just sounds not like something I want to say.
So a lot of people, a lot of coastal elites. That's a term I learned this summer from podcasts. Thank you, Dan Koch from Reconstruct, and what's the other one I listened to?
Bad Christian. You talk about every time.
Dan Koch is Reconstruct, and his co-host is John Raines, I think his name is.
I wouldn't know.
And it's really good. It's called Reconstruct.
Dude, what is happening in our city?
And then the other podcast is called, oh my gosh, what is it called? It's called Depolarize. Yeah, coastal elites are starting to say y'all instead of you guys, because you guys is sexist.
I don't know. I guess I've never really.
Do they say you guys in Portland?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't live there anymore. So.
I mean, but when you grew up there.
Usually for us, it was just like, dude. Guys, dude.
Yeah, but follow us on Twitter.
You want to.
It is at Parenting VS Podcast, because we're posting stuff on there.
Yeah. So, our dog is going crazy. Our town is going crazy. Our city.
This is kind of commonplace, I think.
It is, but I just feel like it's really close. Like I can hear the sirens sort of circling, and our dog's getting all upset. And I don't know. It's just kind of nuts.
So, it was hot again today. I know we talk about that a lot.
So hot.
Like
too hot.
The rolls in my neck fat are like really. I mean TMI.
That is so sexy. Please tell me more.
I mean my muscles, in between my muscle creases, like they're.
# marriage goals, everyone.
Yeah. Anyway.
Nothing seduces your lady like talking about your neck fat.
We're being real. We're being real here. All right, take it easy.
Sometimes it's too real. Like I don't want to kill our romance. I don't want to like murder it. Right now we're kind of just like stomping on it.
We're going to California, by the way.
What does that have to do with murdering romance?
We're going to be romantic there. No, I was talking to my parents. Oh, Penny. We love our dog, but she's very
I feel like we need to change the name of our podcast to Parenting versus Podcast versus Dog Barks. We'll just keep adding things to it as our life gets interrupted.
Like life's against us.
Basically.
Yeah, I was talking to my parents. I was like, "Does this summer feel pretty hot?" And they're like, "Yeah, it feels hotter than normal." I'm like, "Yeah, I've never felt this hot before. It's just
well,
nasty.
The grapes on our grapevine like literally withered up and died.
Yeah,
and grapes are
pretty resilient, right?
Yeah, they usually like really hot, parched weather. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
You know, I was actually. Speaking of our kids and grandparents, I was actually kind of like heartwarmed a little today.
Why?
Weird. So our son Luke, like Lorenzo texted me at work today, and he's like, "Hey, Luke's gonna go spend the night at Grandma and Grandpa's. He wants to." And so he went over there for a little bit, and then he decided that he wanted to come home, and his reason was that he wanted to spend time with us.
Yeah, it was really sweet.
Yeah, that's really sweet, because usually he's like, F you guys, I'm out. Like,
yeah, he
going to grandma's house, no rules. Anarchy.
He loves grandma, like a lot.
They have a special bond. It's pretty cool, but
yeah. Also, grandma buys him Slurpees and whatever else he wants.
She jacks him up on sugar 24/7.
Lets him watch movies until like 9 o'clock or whatever.
He wakes up with a Slurpee hangover, and it's like it's all downhill from there.
And then like grandma makes him promises and like deals, and like he wants to collect on those deals with us.
Yeah,
we're like, no, son, that's not the way it works.
It's so shady. Yeah, the other day he's like, Grandma said I could have a toy and I want it now. And we were like, I don't think so. And that's the deal that Grandma gets to deliver on, not us.
He was like, if Grandma said if I eat all my vegetables, then I get a Lego.
We were like, well, talk to Grandma about that, because it ain't happening over here.
He's like, where's my Lego? I'm like, dude,
where's your sense of
easy.
Self-restraint, 5-year-old? Yeah, no, definitely interesting how they barter things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, she promised him a donut.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just want my donut now. And I'm like, why do you keep saying your donut?
Can't
I don't know
collect
what
on
you're
the donut
talking
today.
about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have donuts. Like, what do I think? I just carry donuts around my back pocket? Like,
yes.
Dude, I can guarantee those donuts would not even hit that back pocket.
A donut holster? That would be pretty awesome.
I would eat the donut before would ever make it there.
Invent it.
But yeah, so I don't know. It was pretty cute though, because he wanted to come spend time with us, and that never happens. And I was like, oh, you do like us. Nay, you may even love us.
Yeah.
So yeah. I feel like that's a parent success. Like, high five up top, you know.
Right.
We have a sort of loving little offspring.
We do. He's our 5-year-old. Are you gonna cry when he goes to his first year of kindergarten?
No.
You're not? I might. I'm like the emotional dad. I'm gonna lay down on the grass and.
I think I did that when he went to daycare for the first time, so I'm sort of like, that moment has passed for me.
Well, he went to daycare like 3 different times, but.
Well, I mean, but the first time we actually sent him for his first day of daycare and everything, like, to me that was really emotional, because that was his first time going and being by himself without us.
Like without us, right? Yeah.
So kindergarten, I'm like ready for that. I'm like, can we speed this along? Like, let's get that first day going.
I don't know. Kindergarten is a big deal for me though. It's like his first experience with public education.
Well, you're a teacher. It makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is his. I mean, he's. This is not the beginning of his education. No. The beginning of his education started with us as his parents, right?
Right.
But this is his first piece of public education.
Formal education.
Right. He's going to be kindergarten all the way through till he's 18 when he graduates, and then college. Like, what?
Are you going to cry?
No, I'm not going to cry.
Do you want me to wipe that little tear off your eyes?
Wipe my tear.
Oh,
wipe my
okay?
tear. Okay. Yes, I'm fine.
Okay. Sorry, I hope the listeners didn't throw up a little bit in their mouths.
I hope they did.
Gross. You know what's funny though is I never realized how much thought you as a parent put into school. Like, I realize that you do, but you know, I guess I just never really gave it that much consideration until this last year. Like, we agonized over what school to send him to. The public school that's in our neighborhood is not the best.
We almost moved out of state because of the education thing.
Yeah. I mean, so the school that he would be going to, because we live in this neighborhood, is not great. And so that was always kind of on our radar as something where we're like, we're probably not going to send him there, but we really didn't have any idea like what the alternatives were. There was.
Do you think what school they go to really is a big deal though? Like, do you think it does? Like it.
I think it can be.
Because people make a big stink out of the school.
I think it sets the precedence for how they view learning from that point forward. Like, if you have a school that's really interested in community and it's really inclusive and it's really positive about education, they're going to carry somewhat of that attitude with them.
Right.
If you have a school that's just kind of like, whatever, like, that can be contagious also, but not, not in a good way. It's kind of like a negative start.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to, I don't want to dog on the school that's in this neighborhood, but it's like, so you drive by and the playground has all these like weeds. It's really unkept. There's not a lot of pride outwardly. And I get that funding has something to do with that, but it's like, you want to teach kids to be good stewards of of their own property and places where they're a citizen in a community. And so that starts on the outside. And then when we went to go look at their pre-K program, they just didn't seem that motivated. It was just sort of like they didn't seem like they could care either way. And there wasn't a big push on like what they had to offer or what curriculum they were using. They just weren't very proud of their program. And so it's almost like selling something. Like, if you're not proud of what you're promoting, like, why would anybody be excited to send their kid there? So we did a little bit of research. We looked at a bilingual school, which is great. It's a really good school, but it's downtown, so it's kind of a drive. It's not really in the direction of where we go to work, so it would be really hard to get him there on time every day. And we settled for a school that's a STEM school. So it's science, technology, math, and engineering.
Engineering, math.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, STEMmy.
STEMmy
school. But yeah, so we did our research, and we thought that a STEM school would be good because that's kind of how his little brain works, and he's interested in that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So we thought, okay, we want to like nurture that side of him because that's a positive learning environment for him.
Right.
So that's what we did.
Yep. I'm excited.
I am too.
I'm excited for it.
Too.
It's
He's
gonna
excited because they have a Lego club.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, and I think they do robotics, and I think every room, like STEM schools, they get more funding for technology.
They have tablets.
So yeah, like tablets. By the way, kids and electronics. I think this is my thought that kids should be for sure like just immersed in technology as much as possible.
Well, that's the way the world is going,
yeah.
and has been for a while, but now it's almost inevitable. Like, you have to have those skills or you're going to fall behind.
Yeah, and I feel like a kid that is deprived of technology is set for a disadvantage. Just my 2 cents.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, it's interesting you're saying that because we come from the generation of, like, we knew education and school and life before and after.
Right.
So we've gotten to see how it affects things positively and negatively. And we were there using it at the very beginning. But now it's like commonplace.
I've always been interested in technology. Just always. I don't even know why. I'm drawn to it. And I'm not even that knowledgeable in it. I can do like simple HTML code. I've built a computer like 10 years ago. But I think about all the electronics. Like this is electricity in a circuit board. Like, and we have a picture on our screen that we're able to do all these like powerful things. Like, how crazy is that? It's like, think about somebody from like even 50 years ago or 100 years ago would see one of our modern, like just my iPhone.
I feel like their head would explode.
They would think it's like pure magic. You know what I mean? Well, maybe not 50 or 100, but let's
like
just
a
say
magic box.
Let's say 200 years ago.
Well, the first computers were invented in like the 60s.
Yeah, 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this thing on Reddit.
But they were like as big as a giant room.
Yeah,
I mean,
they were like I saw this thing on Reddit, and I don't know the exact specs, but they were hauling in this giant IBM computer into some place, and it had like 5 megabytes of capacity, like storage space on it. My iPhone, which is like a medium range iPhone, has 64 gigabytes, and it's tiny. And this thing had to be like hauled in with a forklift. Like, that's just crazy. And like, think about if we had an iPhone and we showed it to somebody in like the 1700s, and like they would just be blown away.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, technology is just really, really cool to me, and we take it for granted.
I'm gonna shout out Bill Gates here, real quick.
Shout out Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, shout out to you in your life.
Yeah.
So did you guys know that he actually came here to New Mexico?
Yeah.
Nobody knows that. It's a little known fact.
Nope. We kicked him out.
He got arrested here too.
He got arrested in his Porsche, and we also kicked him out. He had a space in downtown Albuquerque.
He wanted to start Apple.
No, Microsoft.
Wow.
You're like, he wanted to start Abercrombie and Fitch. With his nerd bod.
His nerd bod and his muscle car for Harhi. Yeah, so we kicked him out, which is a bummer for us.
Yep.
So
lost opportunity.
Good job, Albuquerque. Way to go.
Yep.
not only do we arrest people for dumb crap, we also kick out people that could actually stimulate the economy. Mm-hmm. So that's a little known fact.
Little known fact.
Yeah. But I think artificial intelligence is really interesting.
Yep.
Like androids and stuff. Like, that's crazy to me how they have robots that
like
are
Android phones?
No, like robots.
AI is really, actually, we're holding devices that have AI. Siri, even though it's awful. Yeah. But the Google Assistant, which is new, you have the app on your iPhone, or it's built in with Android. Mm-hmm. It learns. It learns like where you are. You don't have to tell it where you work. It knows where you work. It knows where your home is.
But I'm talking about technology where you are interacting with it like it is a human being. Mm-hmm. Like where it's learning. I forget the term. Where it learns. It continuously learns as you look up information. It learns from other. I can't remember.
It knows things about you.
Not just about you,
like
but
your quirks.
Not just about you, but like it
everything around it.
Yeah.
Has access to the whole internet.
Right, and it learns as it... Yeah. There's a thing... never mind, I'm just going to sound like an idiot.
No.
There's a thing with the stuff on it that you can look at.
On the Googles?
On the Googles. Google goggles.
Luke loves that.
I know. You know what's funny is Dr. Seuss had the Dr. Seuss ABCs, and G was for Goo Goo goggles. Did you know that?
You told me that.
I did. And now we have Google goggles.
Right. I want to hear what you're going to say about artificial intelligence, though.
I'll have to look it up, but there's this site that is practicing, like, letting artificial intelligence learn from conversations with human beings.
Oh, is that creepy face?
Yeah. It's weird. And mostly people have just turned it into, like perversion.
Yeah. Actually, if Google is so awesome, if you Google the creepy artificial intelligence face lady or something on Google, like, I bet you anything the first thing that'll pop up is that website.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because Google's awesome.
It'll sit there and have a conversation with you based on what it knows and based on its previous interactions and the information that it's stored. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of crazy. But I also think it would be really good to have artificial intelligence for, like, senior citizens, like in nursing homes if they're lonely, you know what I mean? Or they need that human interaction or stimulation.
It would have to look like a human, though.
Right.
That's very, very much like a human.
Oh, no, for sure. They were even talking about, and this is kind of random, but, like, in Japan, they've licensed...
Of course,
like,
it's Japan.
Well, yeah. They've licensed the first, like, sex robot. Yeah, I know. Surprise.
That's actually a band, I think. Sex robot?
It might be.
I think it is a band.
It might be.
From Japan.
But anyway, well, okay. Either way, they're really into that stuff. But they're thinking that, and this is totally a serious side note, that they could use those types of robots to actually be a therapeutic object for people like sex offenders coming out of jail. So they would be doing therapy. Like, it would be teaching them how to have positive...
Is it because sex offenders don't have, like, the social skills to actually get a partner? Is that what it is?
Okay.
They could just play World of Warcraft.
It's about control, and it's about socialization skills, yes, and ill-matured social skills, and stunted social skills. But I mean, I'm not an expert on sex offenders. I did work with sex offenders at the detention center, and I did take a class on it for criminal justice, and so I know a little bit. But really, it's about teaching them appropriate behavior and normal sexual behavior, and helping them to lean away from deviant sexual behavior, and also to prevent them from acting out with an actual human being.
So people think that giving them a robot would help solve these issues?
Maybe not solve them, but it would prevent somebody from, say, going out and committing a rape on an actual human being.
See, because then I start to think about what type of robots are they going to design for them.
Well, that's the other issue. Like, if they're actually coming up with regulations on this, because for people like pedophiles, you're not going to create a robot that looks like a child.
Like a little boy robot or something.
Right, you're not going to do that.
Just like...
No, and that's disgusting, and it's.
But then
creepy.
you would rather have this guy assault a robot versus like a real boy,
like a real human. So basically, it creates this whole other realm of ethics that when this stuff hits mainstream, like media and culture and society, and if they do use it to treat sex offenders, they're going to have to think about ethics around artificial intelligence for that treatment, and that's really weird.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're not going to create a robot that's going to look like a child for a pedophile. Right. So how do you therapeutically use those things
to get a pedophile to stop being a pedophile?
Right, or to keep them from acting out.
I don't even like my brain
deviantly.
Like thinking about pedophiles. This makes me sick.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's the realm we're going into with artificial intelligence. It's not just going to be for like hospitality or going to a hotel or taking people's jobs. They're thinking about practical uses for these things.
Do you think we'll see robots in our lifetime?
I do. I
think there are robots. I watched a video on Facebook today. By the way, gosh, my summer, I was watching Facebook videos. How about that?
They have like a robot con or something in Japan.
I was watching the robot battles.
Oh.
Have you ever seen that?
I've seen them.
Like, it's pretty amazing. These guys designed these robots and they like battle each other. And there was this one robot that was like, had like long robot legs and it was like rolling around and it had like a spinning like a circular saw on it. And these things are nuts. And like in the corners are like giant hammers and like, oh my gosh. I don't know. It's kind of neat.
We have technology and this is what we do with it. Like we create it to destroy other things. Like that's so.
Well, think about the skills that those people have. Like, put that on your resume. I build robots that fight other robots. Like, this is going to be our battles, our wars in the future.
Well, speaking of that, so I'm going to sound like a huge nerd. I don't know if anybody knows what DARPA is. Don't be weird. You know DARPA?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
like
government,
the running dog thing.
Yeah, it's a government agency, and they a lot of what they do is very minimal at best. They don't talk a lot about it, but they work a lot in robotics, and they have been trying to produce and create robots that run like animals, that have the same natural rhythm and balance as animals and also as people. Yeah,
I saw them testing it out where they're like trying to push it over. And it like catches its balance and stuff.
Right. They have one that's like a cheetah. It literally has mimicked the motion of a cheetah running. They have one that's a bird. It's like as small as a bird, and it can literally fly and perch and do all these things. They have one that's like a human, and
it's bipedal.
Yeah, and then they have one that's a pack animal, and that's for really rough terrain. I guess it would carry items, and it would be used to kind of go on rough terrain, sort of like
Terminator is
like
real.
An ox. It kind of looks like that. So if you want to see what those look like, you should go onto YouTube and just Google like DARPA robotics. It's pretty interesting. It's also kind of creepy. Maybe don't do it before bed. It's kind of like nightmare fuel, but but it's definitely interesting. I mean, we're already there. I wouldn't be surprised if the government has like their own set of testing that's already advanced what we know about.
Right. But, speaking of robots and stuff, like a couple of years ago, we went on a date. I don't even know if we had kids at this point, but we watched that movie Ex Machina or Ex Machina.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Well, you're in New Mexico, so I guess it could be either way.
Ex Machina. Yeah, so in New Mexico, if you see somebody driving really fast, man, that car was going a la machina.
What does that mean, Lorenzo? Please enlighten us.
That car was going all fast.
Or no?
Or no.
Jeez. Nobody's ever going to want to come here. We have really good food. And the scenery's not bad, I promise. Or what? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a great movie.
Chili's all high in vitamin C.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry. But that was a good movie. I did enjoy that movie. It was really cool because you start talking about ethics for robots, and like robots are just very cool. I don't know, like Lieutenant Commander Data is like my favorite Star Trek character of all time. My
favorite Star Trek character is Data as Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
Like.
Mm-hmm. You mean it's not?
It's like a double whammy.
It's not. What was his name? One, or
Q?
You want to talk Q? Yeah.
That was the most annoying character ever made. I have no idea.
I wonder if anybody likes Q.
I don't know.
I wonder if anybody's even listening to this right now. We're talking about Star Trek and
we're nerding out a little bit. Sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. No. We don't do this for you. We do it for us.
We do.
So and handle it.
Maybe our grandkids who are gonna find our podcast in the future.
What, we're gonna force them to watch Star Trek?
What's funny is they're gonna be listening to our podcast in the future, like, oh, they're totally robots right now. I'm gonna marry one like next year.
The thing is, I'm just gonna go off on that for a second.
Okay.
There'd be no need to even marry a robot.
Why not?
Because that implicates a moral obligation. Robots don't have morals.
Not yet. Did you ever watch Wall-E?
Yeah.
Wall-E had compassion for the little cockroach.
I'm just saying that, like, you're not going to slip a wedding ring on a robot's finger. Have you seen Cherry 5000 or something? It's like a 80s movie.
Nope.
With Melanie Griffith in it.
Nope. I watched Space Odyssey 2000.
That's not the one. It's not even close.
With Hal. No. Did you ever watch that movie? Hal was the robot on the spaceship and ended up killing the guy.
Well, thanks for ruining it for me. I've never seen it.
Stanley. I was going to say Steven Kubrick, but it's Stanley Kubrick.
Dude, if we want to go on tangents about spaceships, we watched the movie Life last night with Jake Gyllenhaal and sad, rest in peace, Ryan Reynolds.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, I'm so sad. So sad about that. I love Ryan Reynolds.
Spoiler alert.
I love
too late.
Ryan Reynolds.
Too late.
Tragedy. No, but it was actually, like, really good. And I had my doubts. I was like, okay, so this movie can't, like, get that crazy. Like, it seems like I know what's going to happen already, and, like, it can't really go that nuts. It totally did. It was definitely worth watching. I had a blast watching that movie.
Yep. It was...
Don't give away that.
It was good. I'm not going to give away the end. But,
I had somebody on Facebook ask me, and they're like, did you like it? What was it about? And I was like, I can't even tell you. You're just going to have to watch it, because I can't even tell you myself.
Yeah, it was really good.
Really liked it. That's the one thing I like about our marriage, is that we have that in common.
What?
We
Movies?
both like science fiction.
We do.
I'm not a big rom-com or romantic movie person. Like,
except for Love Actually. I did like Love Actually.
But that's not even like a typical, I don't know. Yeah.
British rom-com.
Yeah, maybe. But
because they're charming.
They're so damn charming. It doesn't matter.
And
like how rude they are. They're being so polite about it.
And the Walking Dead guy's in it. What's his name?
Oh, Andrew Lincoln? No.
Andrew Lincoln, yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of the Walking Dead character.
Whoa.
That was a semi-truck. What's the Walking Dead character? What's his name?
Rick?
Rick. Yeah, Rick.
Grimes?
Rick's in it. Rick Grimes. Yeah, that's right. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I just really, I like that about us. Like, I know that everybody, like every couple has their thing, but I think science fiction movies are ours, because we're both like, we could take or leave some movies. Yeah. Like, I could care less, but oh, hey, there's a new sci-fi movie out and it looks pretty decent. Like, let's do that.
Yeah.
You know, and we both like really weird indie movies too.
I think so. Yeah. The more, what's the girl from Juno? What's her name?
Ellen Page.
Ellen Page, yeah. Any movie she's in.
Yeah.
Probably be entertaining.
And we like Wes Anderson movies.
And you love Michael Cera.
I do love Michael Cera so much. I love that.
We watched Superbad the other day.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that, but it was still funny.
Pretty damn funny. Yeah.
It's definitely one of those movies where I'm like, if I had to watch that with my parents in the room, I would be so ashamed of myself. Yeah. But it is so hilarious. Like, how do you not?
Right.
Yeah, and I like Knocked Up is a good movie.
Knocked Up was good. Yeah.
I love that movie. There's so many movies that are so stinking good.
Yeah,
I just want to see all of them.
The guy that directs all those movies, I can't remember his name, but he did
Judd Apatow?
Yeah, Judd Apatow. Anchorman.
We watched that the other night too.
What was the one? Sarah Silverman? No, not Sarah Silverman. Something. Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
That's
yeah.
a good movie. I also think that oh my gosh, what is his name? Why am I losing my mind like you? I can't remember names now.
I'm contagious.
Yeah.
Was it a Judd Apatow movie?
Yes.
Oh, The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah.
That was that was a classic.
Classic.
Party, the party one.
The Party.
Yeah, with Will Ferrell and Snoop Dogg. Bring Your Green Hat.
Oh, Old School.
Old School. Yeah.
How do you forget the name of Old School?
I forget everything. I forget my kids' names all the time.
That's not a good thing. Yeah. No, there's some definite serious movie happenings at our house. I would like to watch Darjeeling Limited again. That was one of my favorite movies. Wes Anderson movie.
Oh yeah.
Love that movie. I used to have it on DVD, but I think I gave it to my friend Rachel. Enjoy, Rachel Penland. Enjoy.
Yeah, we can.
My gift to you.
We can watch it.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of over watching Jurassic World like every single day.
Luke loves it.
Oh my gosh.
And when he watches it, he runs around like he's a velociraptor, and he like makes these like dinosaur noises, and
they're the most obnoxious noises on the
runs planet. Like a dinosaur, like
it's half funny and half like annoying. Like, I don't know if I should laugh or just like go lock myself in a room and cover my ears because it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like we should go in and watch a movie together right now.
We should do it. This is one of our longest episodes. But kids are abed. They're abed. They're abed.
The kids are abed.
The kids are abed. They're asleep.
No, we're just hanging out, enjoying the night. So,
yeah.
Cheers to you and yours. Have a good night.
Cheers to you and yours. I was going to name all the 50 states because we have probably listeners in every state.
Please don't do that right now.
I don't know them all. I do know them all.
Okay, say goodbye.
All right. Talk to you guys later.